Okay, we have India Moore who's here with us today. India has been supporting us for a very long time. Can we get a round of applause for India? Thank you. India is going to be just sharing a few words of empowerment to the students at FIT, to our community members, alumni, faculty, etc. So everyone just give India some time. And yeah, again, another round of applause.
Hey everyone.
Mic check.
Mic check!
Mic check.
Mic check!
Mic check.
Mic check!
When I say freedom, you say now. Freedom.
Now!
Freedom.
Now!
When I say freedom, you say now. Freedom.
Now!
Freedom.
Now!
That's why we're here. We're here to advocate for the freedom and the sovereignty of people, of human beings, and especially a population of people that we have seen over generations in many different ways be dehumanized. Be dehumanized through their dehumanization in our psyche, via the media, via the ways that we are punished when we speak up, the ways that we're encouraged not to when we're curious, when we want to understand what's happening. They're being dehumanized by the way that they're keeping us from being able to learn about the truth. About what's happening to people. And we have to resist that. We have to resist any and every initiative to take anybody's humanity away, to take anybody's nature from humanity. This is a really scary moment for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know what's happening. A lot of people don't fully understand what's going on. And a lot of people do. But all of us feel the severity of this moment. What we were taught in 5th grade about the Holocaust was meant for us to understand how and why the amass of harm against any kind of person is wrong. Genocide is wrong. The targeting of anybody's body simply because they were born is horrible and it's wrong. And we learned that through our education of genocides just like the Holocaust. That is why we're here. And there's so many people around the world who are trying to say that we're here for something else. And that's not true. And so you have to remain steadfast in what you know in your heart to be true, what you know in your heart to be right. We can't unsee what happened to those kids. We can't unsee what's happening to people's families that are standing beside us right now. It's now important more than ever for everyone to take advantage of this moment where there are every kind of person, of every kind of spirituality, of every kind of ancestor, of every kind of love, who are coming here in solidarity with Palestine. There's an opportunity there for us to get to know how we can love each other through all of the different ways that this moment is bringing together so many different kinds of people. If we don't learn to do that now, where we are trying to get to, we won't have it there. We will continue to be fighting for somebody else's body, even in another person's liberation. So we have to be conscious
of the ways that the occupation exists on our bodies when we are trans, when we choose to step out of the constructs that we are forced to live. We have to rid of that occupation, and we have to rid of it from our minds and the ways that we put it onto other people. The way we occupy other people's bodies with our fear that if they're free to do and be how they want, then I might be in danger. That consensus has to be abolished. Because I trust you to be free, and I know you trust me to be free too. And I know that the only way we will have trust with one another is if we allow that to happen for each other. No matter who we are or how we pray, we have to make sure that we lean into the discomfort and disgust that we feel when we hear that a life is lost for any reason. Because if we don't, then we become just like them. Finding pockets inside of our minds and hearts where we can be a little okay with a slaughter, a little okay with the death, because we might think it's necessary. It's not. And we have to be mindful of the little pockets and spaces that we're making inside of ourselves, where we're making ourselves believe that it's necessary to hurt in order to have safety, to take and displace in order to have placement and ground. I don't like the word genocide. That's what I decided ever since I started hearing people argue about whether or not this is a genocide. Because I realized that the word genocide, in of its own definition, it cannot be named until it's done. The way that they constructed the use of the word genocide is that they made it so that you can't call it a genocide until it's done. Until the death quota is filled. And that's why they're saying, no, you can't call it a genocide. They're saying you can't call it a genocide because it's not done. But then by the time we can call it a genocide in the ICJ and across the political platforms around the world, when we can say that word, we will be able to say it because 5 million, 2 million, 1 million people were slaughtered. It's a genocide now. This is only made possible, and I'm gonna get a little woo-woo abstract here.
It's an art school, don't worry.
It's an art school, so you know, we're here for the vibes. I am recognizing the ways that our humanity is separated from nature. And seeing Palestinians' personhood deprived from them have made me question what humanity means if not everybody gets to have it. What does it mean to be human? If there is such a human whose personhood can be taken and obliterated. And what I realized was that humanity, in its definition in of itself, is defined by the separation of it from nature. That's why we define our humanity by our separation from the other living things. There's animals and there's humans, right? And they know that. They know how deeply interwoven we are into the earth, regardless of whether or not we're conscious of it. They know that we have a relationship to the planet that is sacred and that is anchored and that is rooted, and that Palestinians have that. In order for them to be able to do what they want with the land of Palestine, they have to sever the people from it. And that's what they've done to all of us. You can't extract and assault the land and the living on it without severing the living from its understanding that it is the same as the land. So in order for them to do what they want with the land, they have to sever our understanding of ourselves as a part of it so that they can do whatever they want. And for those of us who refuse to leave the land, if we even have that privilege to leave, for those of us who refuse to leave, we're genocided, or we're used just like the land, the way my ancestors were, and the way the ancestors of many Black people and indigenous people who are here with us now have been used. So we have to understand that our solidarity with Palestine is a solidarity with Earth. It is our solidarity with love. And that it's important for us to remember that our anger is because we are in love with living. We are in love with life. And we will live. Because we love to live, and we will fight for the living. Because we know what it is to be alive, and we want that for others, and that's empathy. And that's empathy. And it doesn't take a politic. It doesn't require a left or a right. Only horizontal. Only horizontal. Only me to you and you to me. There's no words that I could use to describe this atrocity any better than anyone else has already. Any better than anyone that you've already seen speaking about it on your social media, your favorite articulator for this travesty. But I'm scared too. And I'm anxious, and I'm worried, and I'm upset, and I'm angry, and I don't know either. And this is not a moment of knowing, this is a moment of feeling. It's a very intuitive moment, where we're at. And these are very intuitive responses, what we're doing, and that's a very spiritual place to exist in. We need that. We have to take that with us to where we're going. And if we don't, we're gonna miss it. And where we're going, it won't matter if we don't take our love, if we don't take our joy, if we don't take our care, if we don't take our kids, if we don't take our aunties and our uncles and our cousins and our sisters and our trans siblings. I promise you it won't be worth it. I'm thinking a lot about queer Palestinians. I think about queer Palestinians a lot. And I think we should all be thinking about them. Because even when Palestine is free, even when we're free here, even when Black people get free, Black trans women still, Palestinian trans women still are gonna be like, okay, we here now. Can I come too? Can I have a piece of this tomato that we've grown here too? Do I belong to the planet just as much as you? Do I belong to the earth just as much as you? And that's the question that I hear these kids asking the world on social media, the babies in Gaza. Am I not you too? all of them looking like all of us. I personally, nowhere is worth being without love. And if we let them, we can't let them make us forget what that is. We have to talk about it. And we have to use the words love and Palestine and liberation and everybody in the same sentences. And we must. Love is disarming. Baby, what do we got against these nuclear, one thing we don't got is a more powerful hatred. Baby, you could keep that. We don't. But one thing we do have is a more powerful love. And that is magic. It's miracles. I'm telling you, I swear to God. Love, when it's true, when it's real, when it's there and it's inside of you, and you're able to define it, you know, when you feel it, when you're conscious of it, when you bring it to where you're going, it's disarming. It is. Because yeah, there's always gonna be that one knucklehead who just wants to hurt people. But most of us, you know, a lot of the knuckleheads that we're like, oh, these knuckleheads putting us all in danger, they're thinking the same thing. We're all like, look at all of us knuckleheads, you know? I don't know if you're following, but I feel like we're all knuckleheads, you know? We're all the knuckleheads. And I think like, it's just really important that we see ourselves in each other, and that we don't leave anybody behind. Love is really disarming. I really believe in it. And I think that's what we have against this nuclear superpower. That's what we have against empire. That's what we have against the powers that be trying to do the most for no reason. That's what we got. And so we have to hold on to it, we have to protect it, and we have to allow it to transform into honor. Honor, yes, but also armor. Because people think of love as this funny thing, as this fuzzy, you know, delicate thing, and it's not. Love is very, very strong. Love is actually the most powerful thing in the universe. And love gets shit done. I don't know about y'all, but I think about what I do for love every day. What would you do for love? It's the thing that we have that is the most accessible to us. It's the thing that we enjoy feeling, that we love ourselves for feeling when we feel ourselves feeling it. So what would you do for love? When somebody tells you that your love is not allowed, how do you stand up for love? When somebody tells you that it's not allowed to exist, when that person has power, when that person is a teacher, a professor, a politician, a policeman, when they take the position of authority that we have been raised to respect, when they tell you some shit that you know ain't true in your heart, what you gonna do? Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them make you think that this is some type of, that you're hurting people, for asking for them to stop hurting people. Don't let them mess with your head like that. I want to hear from y'all, like, what does love mean to you? What is one word that comes to mind when I say love? Liberation. What else? Community. Mutual aid. Solidarity. Let's all say it after the other. Liberation. Solidarity. Community. What somebody else said? Mutual aid. Who else? Sacrifice. Who else? Understanding. Grace. Ooh, grace. Let's lean into that. Support. Being valid. Strength. Respect. Empathy. Endurance. Confidence. Courage. Joy. Somebody said communism. That's what it means for them. Might mean the same for me too. Anything that begins with community, baby. That's what I want. Community. That's what I heard. Communityism. All right, I'm popping out into my comedic bag. I'm gonna lean back into grace though, because there's something there, and then I'm gonna let go of the mic. I'm gonna read a poem, and then I'll let go of the mic. I didn't write it though. It's by Sonia Sanchez. It's my favorite poem. It's my poem of the year right now. I want to lean into grace and compassion. This moment is bringing us together in ways that are unprecedented. A lot of people are coming together with all their things, with the hurt, with their love, with their genius, with their abuse, with their baggage. With everything and anything that they have. And what does that mean for us? What does it mean for us? Because we're gonna make mistakes. Somebody who's the loudest, strongest voice is gonna have that one thing on Twitter. And that's gonna be like, damn. So, I mean, like, what is grace and care and compassion, and what do those things look like? What does it look like for us to be serious about creating the tools, finding the tools that we can use to show up for each other when we make mistakes? Or when we do things we shouldn't be doing. We can't throw each other away. And unfortunately, we can't sit around and wait for all the bad people to die. I know all of y'all shit stink, just like mine. And I think that in this moment of righteousness, it's important for us to not forget where we've grown from and where we're growing to. And this is not just lip service. Next time somebody says your best friend did a bad thing, don't be like, I'm gonna go to your best friend. Best friend, what you did? Best friend, we need to sit down. We need to talk about it right now. We need to have a meeting because this is serious. Best friend, how are we gonna take that behavior to paradise? Best friend, come on now. We're going to paradise, baby. We can't bring that. So there's so many different ways that we can actually show up and lean into the discomfort and the uncomfortable. We are so privileged to have that be our problem.
Privileged.
And we should be so grateful for the little tit for tat. What she said on Twitter? We should be grateful. Because that is, if that's your day's work to figure that out, any Palestinian would trade the gossip drama Kiki Lala. It's worth dealing with. None of your relationships are disposable, because nobody is disposable, because that's the point, and that's why we're here. It has to be full circle. Somebody say India.
India.
She said, no, those days. Somebody said India. Are you coming out to this thing? The protests, India. I said, no. I gotta make my bed first. I gotta clean my house before I try to worry about cleaning anything else. I'm using that as a metaphor. Obviously, we're in an emergency, okay? But there was a quote, it may have been from Miriam Kaba, I don't know. It came from somebody who's a black woman. And she said, how do you expect to, what was it, Amani, remember when I told you? She said, how do you expect to change the world if you can't make your bed? She said, how do you expect to change the world and you can't make your bed? And what that meant to me was so many different things. Literally that, for one. But also, it made me think about my inner life. It made me think about the organization of my relationships and how I treat people. We can't, most of us, how we've been living, if we really want liberation, we really gotta heal and grow together. With and along the liberation of Palestine. And it's possible. You're doing it now. By being here. So big ups to all of you. And if you need somebody to let you know that your anxiety and your depression and your hurt and your fear and your uncertainty, I don't know either, I don't know. If you need somebody to let you know that that's okay and that's valid and that's legitimate, it is. And it is because the reason you're feeling it is the same reason why you're here. You're angry, you're sad, you're hurt, you're depressed, and you're here for the same reason. It is okay to feel what you feel, and we have to encourage one another to know that that's okay, and to hold each other through that. Because it does matter how you feel. Because we are in a crisis of feeling. We are in a crisis of feeling. I don't know what else to say, but I love you all, and I'm gonna read this poem by Sonia Sanchez. Sometimes I wonder what to say to you now as you hold us all in a single death. I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? You got to find it and pass it on. You got to find it and pass it on from you to me, from her to him, from the son to the father, from the brother to the sister, from the daughter to the mother, from the mother to the child. Where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? Can't you smell it coming out of our past? The fire of living, not dying. The fire of loving, not killing. The fire of blackness, not gangster shadows. Where is our beautiful fire that gave light to the world? The fire of pyramids, the fire that burned through the holds of slave ships and made us breathe, the fire that made guts into chitlings, the fire that took rhythms and made jazz, the fire of sit-ins and marches that made us jump boundaries and barriers, the fire that took street talk sounds and made righteous Imhotep raps. Where is your fire? The torch of life, full of Nzinga and Nat Turner and Garvey and Du Bois and Fannie Lou Hamer and Martin and Malcolm and Mandela. Sister, sister, brother, brother, come, come. Catch your fire, don't kill. Hold your fire, don't kill. Learn your fire, don't kill. Be the fire, don't kill. Catch the fire and burn with eyes that see our souls walking, singing, building, laughing, haha, learning, loving, teaching, being. Hey, brother, brother, sister, sister, here's my hand. Catch the fire and live, 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 live. The end.
Going off of what India has been talking about, let's all remember the reason we are here, the reason why the People's Museum is here, the reason why the People's University is here. We are all here for love, we are all here for liberation, and we will not be moved until we get what we want. We are here until FIT defends, we are here until FIT discloses, we are here until FIT divests. Speaker, I want to give it up to Amani. Amani is the founder of Muslim Girl, one of the largest Muslim platforms. And it's here. A round of applause.